Hey everybody, welcome to Mom Said. My name is Gabe Gibbs.
And you'll never know my name.
Okay, her name's Allie Gibbs. And Mom Said is a podcast made by siblings, but it's not about that.
It's not about that.
It's often about that. Today's episode, we talk about a couple of different things. One is a really crazy bird that you teach me about that I could not believe existed.
Her real name is Sooty Turn.
Sooty Turn.
And she has an Hey, tune
don't
in.
Spoil it.
Tune in to learn her special powers.
Special powers.
And also about the crows in France.
We do
their
learn about the crows in France and their special powers. You talk about blonde men, which we've got some hot takes on blonde men.
The mythology of blonde men.
What else did we talk about? Ice cream socials. Oh, but it's a version of an ice cream social that you won't believe.
And if you get seasick, you might want to skip this one.
Hey, okay, this is another episode of Mom Said. Thank you so much. Let's kick it off.
Love you guys.
Mom Said. Welcome to Mom Said. Hey, it's a podcast. Welcome to Mom Said. Yeah, it's a podcast. Welcome to Mom Said. We're still turning up the AC. Welcome to Mom Said. No, we're recording. This is it. We're rolling, baby.
No, we have
we're
to start over because
no, we
I
can't.
Because
we can never
did
start
a tiny
over.
burp while you were singing.
Fantastic. We can't restart that. That's how the show goes.
But
Welcome to Mom Said.
I don't like when people burp, so I don't appreciate my own behavior.
I don't like when people don't hold the microphone up to their face.
Last night I was with someone.
So much better. Doesn't that sound so much better?
We exited the bar and then he started doing some loud burping, and I was like, "Could you?"
All we're hearing right now is the claws of your dog clicking around on the floor. Bring him up or kick him out.
Come here.
Bring him up or kick him out.
Come here, Biggie. Come here.
No, he has no bones. Okay, sit with your mom. Barp. Okay.
That's
Welcome
actually
to
the only way
podcast,
he'll
Biggie.
be quiet.
Hi. Hey, welcome to Mom Said. It's a podcast hosted by two adult siblings who are forced to live in the same city together. I think I just put my feet on camera.
The way you say
Hi.
adult siblings makes it sound like we shouldn't be siblings anymore.
Yeah.
Like adult blondes.
No, adult blondes.
Like you know how people are like, men have no business being blonde.
Who says that?
People.
It's true. It's true, says our producer, who is also another one of our siblings. Our fourth sibling opted out of this. But we are here. This is who we are. I'm Gabe. This is Allie. Our brother Grant is off camera.
Hey, you're not allowed to be a blonde adult male.
Yeah, I've heard that
Why?
because it's, first of all, imagine a natural grown man, a natural blonde as a grown man. I don't think they exist. So if you're blonde as a man, what are you up to?
I feel like there's got to be some like Swiss dudes or like German dudes.
Give me an example of a man you know who's blonde by God's doing.
Christian Gehring. Put a photo of Christian Gehring up right now. This man is the handsomest man I've ever met in my whole life.
I guarantee you that man dyes his hair.
Maybe to hide grays, but he's blonde.
Towhead.
Towhead?
Towhead's a phrase.
What's towhead?
Can you look up towhead?
No.
I'm pretty sure. Can I look up
Tell
towhead?
me what towhead is.
Towhead is like when you're blonde. But I think it's referring to like
Who are you laughing with? Who are you laughing with? Towhead is when you're blonde. Who did you look at and laugh with?
This is what it's like. We're currently in my apartment. And this is how I behave here.
No,
Talk
it's
to myself
not.
and I laugh.
What does towhead mean?
Towhead, I think, is referring to when you're blonde in such a way. It's like when fair-skinned people are blonde in such a way that their hair
Their whole
matches their
head looks
skin,
like
so
a
they're
toe?
like a toe. But I've heard the phrase towhead, and that's just what I assumed it was about. And I'm now realizing in this moment that like maybe that's not what towhead
No,
means.
I think I don't know what towhead is, and we can look it up. We can have Grant look it up, but I think towhead to me would be more like Matt Lucas. You know that guy
do you
who?
want to Google Towhead? Why are you just sitting?
No, I like that he's just.
Oh, you don't have
I
your
can't.
phone.
He doesn't have
your
his phone is recording.
Okay, I'm Googling Towhead.
No, I think Towhead's more like Matt Lucas. You know Matt Lucas, the guy who he was
Star Wars guy.
No, that's George Lucas. oh, this podcast is so good. This is already so good. I can't believe you thought Matt Lucas was George Lucas. Can we put a photo of Matt Lucas right here and a photo of George Lucas right here? Because they're different men. Matt Lucas. Okay, go.
Towhead is a person with very light blonde hair, often nearly white. This term is most commonly used to describe children with blonde hair because it's similar to the color of flax, which is used to make fabric in colonial times. The shorter fibers left over flax were called tow, T-O-W. So
it was
so
Towhead.
I thought it was that your head looked like a toe because everything was like towish.
So my definition of TOE head is correct. Matt Lucas, the guy who came in and hosted a couple seasons of Great British Bake Off. You know that actor? He has no hair.
Oh,
he looks like a towhead.
I'm gonna say
the internet's gonna be mad at me for this.
No. I don't. First of all, I don't want to say. If I'm gonna be doing this podcast,
you're gonna eventually put the microphone up to your face.
If I'm going to be doing this podcast,
I'm
not going to be saying anything controversial about anyone or that can be construed.
I'm not saying anything controversial about Matt Lucas.
Rude about anyone ever, but sometimes bald men look like thumb, not toe.
Bald men do look like thumb.
Don't micromanage the way I hold this.
I just want people to see you.
You can hear me.
Hear you.
You can see me and hear me.
Yes, both.
What if I don't want to be seen?
Well, then we're off to a bad start. Towhead. Yeah. Christian Gehring. He's blonde.
There's no way he's blonde naturally.
He is. He used to call me the carb queen. He used to call me the carb queen on whenever there was Crafty. There was always Crafty. Whenever I was at Crafty, he would never touch a bagel or a donut in his life. He's so ripped. And I would have bagels.
Yeah.
Lots of bagels. And you go, oh, my little carb queen.
That's kind of a cute nickname. I got in a heated discussion about bagels the other day while waiting for a table at a birthday party. And it had me thinking that there are there are a couple of foods in this world that make people so angry when you talk about even just what you like. Like I could be like, I love Detroit style pizza. And there'd be like 4 people in the room who would be like, screw you.
Yeah.
You hate New York and America.
Yeah. A hot take. Chicago deep dish.
No, we can't do hot takes about pizza immediately.
No, I'm just saying I was in Chicago just now and no one was like, you have to go get the deep dish. Everyone was like, let's go get pizza.
Right.
And when they say pizza, they mean New York.
They mean the pizza the
pizza that people eat.
The pizza that God made.
The pizza that God made.
Yeah.
Anyway, the bagel conversation.
I was just thinking like that we were talking about bagel places in LA and I was like, I love these bagels at 1802 Roasters. Like there's a salt and pepper bagel there. I think it's called like St. Raph bagels. Anyway, whatever. There's like a salt and pepper bagel there that I'm like, that is the perfect amount of salt and pepper. And it's the perfect texture. And I don't even get it toasted. I just get it with a little bit of cream cheese on it. And I'm like, I'm not a routine person. I'm not like fixated on certain foods. I'm like really kind of laissez-faire about food routines. And the
laissez-faire.
Are we going to say
Well, we can see how we feel about.
I don't.
Also, just say it. And you can also.
We don't have to
bleep it
say.
out.
Okay, but anyway, that bagel at St. Raph, St. Raph, whatever, the one with the salt and pepper and the light cream cheese not toasted is like a fixation for me. Like I'll go probably every weekend and get it.
Because it's that good.
Yeah. So I'm telling this to a group of people waiting in line for Korean food, and all of them were like, "Oh, I had that bagel, but have you had this other bagel? And you don't even get what is a good bagel." And I'm like, this is so weird. Like all I said is I like this bagel, and then all of a sudden, I'm fist fighting someone on the side of the road.
Yeah, fist fighting in K-Town over bagels. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
People have attitudes about...
I had something called cheese corn. We should talk about something other than food.
Well, I was going to transition to a different food thing, which was, how about the fact that you told me to get those tacos and they weren't that good?
You don't like them?
The ones in Highland Park?
Yeah.
No.
Why didn't you like them?
They weren't worth the treacherous drive out there.
Okay, so you're talking
so it's a location-based issue.
That has nothing to do with the taco.
But if that
No,
was
but
your
like it
local
does,
joint, but if that was
because-
your local joint, it would be amazing.
I've had better tacos with less treacherous adventures that need to be taken to the tacos.
Grant just
Okay.
hates driving on the east side, ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah.
We live in Los Angeles, all of us. All of us. The whole family lives in the same town. We moved to different towns after college, and then somehow we all live in the same town. We
We're from Detroit.
are from Detroit
and
area.
yeah,
Let's not get ourselves in trouble.
I told someone I was from Detroit the other day, and they were like, "Oh, sick! My dad's from Detroit." And I was like, "What part?" And they were like, "Detroit." And I was like,
Oh, right.
have to go to the
Right. No, we're from like 30 minutes north of Detroit, but we claim Detroit in the way that people from other parts of Illinois claim Chicago.
"Right," or any
major city.
any city, and then people outside
People
of
from
it.
Rancho Cucamonga claim Los Angeles. Similar vibe. Anyway, we all live out here now, so
In
we
LA.
told our brother to go get these tacos over in LA that I think
over on the east side.
Over on the east
in
side.
Highland Park.
he lives on the west side, which is far. We're doing an east side, west side thing on the podcast. Already
I don't think we need to do that though.
we've devolved
who cares?
into LA traffic, but it's good.
We should
tacos.
talk about airplane food next.
Yeah, Via's Tacos is really good.
Yeah.
But I respect your opinion, even though I disagree with it.
It's not so much that I respect your opinion. For me, it's that I know if we get into an argument about a taco that neither of us has sitting in front of us, it's going to be an abstract argument that no one is going to back down on. So I say
And it's also the least interesting thing we could possibly do on a podcast.
No,
talk
I'm
about
not-
a food that no one can
But
have.
I'm like podcast aside, if we were just sitting here talking and you were like, those tacos weren't that good, a different version of me would be like, what do you know? And you don't. But this now
so you're
I'm
saying,
turning 30 and
you're saying you've elevated. You're
Evolved.
you're a better you've reached
Well,
a
I'm
higher
turning-
plane of existence.
I'm turning 30.
Old you would have argued with your brother. New you is above that.
Well, I'm just like this. Like the tacos you like. And say what you want to say.
Uh-huh.
Let the words fall out. Because honestly, I want to see you be brave.
I'm upset. I'm upset that
Do you want to hear a song I wrote?
that snuck up on me. That snuck up on me. You want to hear a song I wrote? Yeah, I do actually. I do.
Just kidding. I didn't write that song. That was written by George Lucas. I broke up once and for all with my college boyfriend over the phone when I was in New York City, outside of the theater that Waitress the Musical was playing, and then walked in and went and saw it.
No.
And I was in the back of the theater like,
That's-
she's imperfect.
No, that's literally
She's
embarrassing,
got-"
dude.
And I was like, no. I think the people next to me probably thought I
No.
was like having a panic attack. And I was.
No. You and every white musical theater actress for the next 25 years singing that song at open mics.
I don't identify as a musical theater actress though, so.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
What else were we talking about? What did we want to talk about today?
Well,
you
I
wanted
brought
to
a
talk
topic.
about
I brought a topic to talk about.
So you go ahead, intro it. Do you want me to intro the topic?
No.
that you brought to talk about?
You don't even know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I do.
Last night I was out till 3 a.m.
Oh, this is not what I thought you were going to say.
No, it's just a long intro to what you thought I was going to say. Last night I was out till 3 a.m, dancing, giggling, bopping around, making merry.
Mm-hmm.
Got home, ate a piece of pizza, went to bed, woke up this morning, got ready, drove my little ass to the Natural History Museum against all odds.
With who? For yourself?
I said, I got to make right with God.
Go to the Natural History Museum on a Sunday.
No,
Did you go with it? You were meeting people?
It was plans I had made months ago with my old coworkers. I had an old team of coworkers at Disney who we all love each other so much. So we make little field trips, despite the fact that we haven't worked together in like years now.
Adorable. Let's give them points for adorable.
It is kind of adorable, and also for those who have been in corporate settings and even loved their coworkers, know that it's like you're like, we're gonna be friends forever, and then you never talk to those people again. It's actually kind of amazing that we still hang out as a group.
It's driven by Alex, huh?
Yeah.
He's the special sauce. He's a good.
He is the reason
dude.
we. Yeah, I mean, he is very special.
He's a special dude.
So we all went to the Natural History Museum this morning. Everybody else had gone to bed at a decent time and behaved themselves this weekend. I had not, and so I kind of showed up, and everybody, and upon seeing me, everybody there was like, "What are you doing here?" Because they kind of assumed
You weren't gonna make it.
Yeah, but I made it. And there's a big bird exhibit at the Natural History Museum full of, taxidermy birds, etc. et al. And there's one section of the bird museum that's like, it's called bird feats, like a feat of
F-E-E?
endurance.
Oh,
like
F-E-A.
F-E-A-T, bird feats. And
I want the bird feet.
well, the whole rest of the
Just
exhibit
off.
is about bird feats, dinosaur feats, and everything has feats. And the feet are the most... Dude, I was told today, because I was looking at a T-Rex, and it had the tiny arms, which, first of all, can't be right. I was looking at that. I was like, they put that together wrong. Sorry for all the people who did science since the beginning of the way we did science. You did T-Rex wrong. And there's no way.
That it had those little teeny arms.
There's no way.
Bro,
I'm looking at the renderings of this thing and I'm like, no.
That Meet the Robinsons trailer. Do you remember that movie Meet the Robinsons when that thing came out? And there was that joke where like the T-Rex is like trying to attack somebody and he can't because he has a big head and little arms.
The big head and little arms.
That was when that came out, when that trailer came out,
we were dying.
That was so
we were dying laughing.
Unbelievably funny.
Yeah.
It was so funny. That's a good movie.
Today I noticed these little arms and everyone I was with was like, well, that makes sense though, because what we're discovering about dinosaurs is like we're making them look like big lizards, but they probably had feathers because they were big birds and blah, blah, blah.
Whoa.
And so I'm like, that doesn't explain this T-Rex's tiny little
arms.
fingers.
Oh, fingies?
It's got little fingers at the end of its little hand.
Yeah.
So
I guess,
I'm like, birds don't have fingers on their wings. So that his little arms aren't wings. They're little.
Wait, do birds not have little teeny?
So this is what we got in the discussion about. Everyone was like, birds do too have fingers. I was like, no, I've eaten a chicken wing. There's no fingers at the end of that thing.
Okay, but that's not
what?
even chicken, bro.
Chicken wings are no.
By
I'm
the
talking
time
about, like,
it gets to us,
I get a rotisserie chicken. That's a chicken.
agree, but agree. But
And
that's
there's
not
no
like
fingers on the end of that.
I know, but there's also no head on it.
What, so you think they take off the head and the fingers?
Possibly, bro.
No, okay, so this is-
that doesn't seem so irrational.
am I-
take off the head. So why would they not take off? They take
Why
off
would
the
they
feet.
bother to take off the fingers? They don't bother to take the poop out of the shrimp before they sell it to you.
We're talking about different animals. That's sea creatures.
I'm just saying they're not
take
going to
the
go to
feet
those
off.
lengths.
So why would they not take the hands off if there are little fingies?
They do take the feet off.
They take the feet off. They take the head off. It's not a much of a stretch to take the fingies
So
off.
you think that a chicken?
Whatever you're about to say, I'm so geared up to fight back.
So you think that a chicken
Yeah.
in its chicken wings has tiny little hands with fingers?
No, not tiny
Under the
little
feathers.
hands. No, not like a Barbie doll. It's got to have a little.
It's got this?
a tiny little claw
No,
or
okay,
something.
so-
something at the tip of it.
No, that doesn't have a little claw at the tip.
No, not a.
This
but
is
it's
the
got to have
exact
something.
argument I got in with Alex, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Wait, who was I on? Alex's?
you're Alex, I'm me.
Oh, that feels good. That feels good.
You're about to eat your words because he was proven wrong when he was like, let me show you what a bird skeleton looks like. So he's standing there with his phone. He looks up a bird skeleton and he pulls it up and there is no fingers at the end of this guy. And so I'm like, see? And he's like, no. I'm pretty sure I've seen a bird skeleton with fingers on it. So he's Googling more and more.
Was it a pterodactyl that he was thinking
He
of?
pulls up a bird skeleton that has like long fingers at the end of it. And I look at the bottom and it says, Crazy Bones.
What?
And I'm like, that's Crazy Bones. That's not a bird. That's crazy. That's a skeleton of Crazy Bones.
Who's Crazy Bones?
A guy. And so
A guy?
I think it's like a fictional character, but I'm like, you're showing me Crazy Bones. Oh, let me figure out who Crazy Bones is.
No.
And I was like,
Crazy Bones?
dude, that's not a bird. That's Crazy Bones. I was right. But it's crazy how far people will go to try to prove you wrong. Oh, interesting.
Did you just Google Crazy Bones?
Yeah, and something else came up.
Okay, well, we can't be...
Point is, birds don't have little fingers at the end of their wings, and I was proven wrong. Right.
Oh, careful.
Proven right.
Oh, careful.
Freudian. I was proven right. But that's not even what I wanted to talk about. Besides the fact...
That's not even what you wanted to talk about?
No, this is the intro to what I wanted to talk about.
We spent 15 minutes talking about what you didn't want to talk about?
No, that's the intro. I got derailed because I started talking about dinosaurs and how I think they're wrong.
Yeah.
And I'll go toe-to-toe with the science communities to say... They'll tell me all the proof why they think that the dinosaur looked like that, and then my rebuttal will be, but look at that.
Yeah. It's wrong.
Look at me and your peers.
And look at that.
And tell me that you think that's right.
Yeah.
What I wanted to talk about was there's this big exhibit at the Bird Museum that's called Bird Feats.
Bird Feats.
And it's a cutesy little thing where they have like a taxidermy bird, certain kind of bird, and then it'll say like, this bird has the longest beak out of all the birds. Mm-hmm. And it'll have like a little gold medal or like a little trophy or whatever. And there's like a bird with a really long beak and it's like, this is the longest beak. And then one of them actually was like, the North American something woodpecker is the bird with the longest tongue. And everything else, and everything else they had, like this beak usually measures, they'll give you a number, like a unit number being like, the beak is 2 feet long or whatever, or the whatever is whatever. And they just said the woodpecker has the longest tongue.
And
I was like, ew, you freaks.
Ew.
Tell us how long the tongue is.
Ew, it didn't have a measurement.
Tell us how long the tongue is.
Makes it seem like gossip more than science.
No, I know. They were like, this guy has the longest tongue. They can tie a cherry stem in a knot. So anyway, the thing that blew my mind was there was this bird called like the snooty poot or something. The pooty.
Oh.
Something.
Oh, this is where we started the top of the podcast was you trying to figure out what it's called.
This is
what was it called?
It's called this. Nuri put. Putty root. Toonie root. I think it's the fluty flute.
The fluty flute.
No, it's called something. It's called the. It's called the
fluty flute. It's called the fluty flute.
No, it's called sooty turn.
Worse.
Sooty turn.
Worse.
The bird breed, bird type, bird girl. It's just like a regular looking bird. But the sooty turn. I didn't name it.
You did 15 other ways that were better than sooty
And you're
turn.
like, okay, so I'll call him Flutiput.
Great, please.
The Flutiput doesn't stop flying for like years at a time.
What do you mean?
Keeps going.
In what way?
I don't know how it looks when it's flying, but it stays up in the air for years.
It must be teeny or big.
Well, I don't think that makes a difference. I think endurance is the thing.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, what if it catches... Is it easier to catch drifts? Because there's no way it has years of endurance.
Years, dude. So
it must be catching drifts.
So it stays in the air. It says up to 6 years at a time. And actually, I Googled it. And on Google, it said even 10 years at a time. These birds are in the air without landing on land or water. It's specified. Right. So there's two questions.
How do they eat?
That's the first one. How do they eat? Well, we Googled that too, because honestly, at the Natural History Museum, they're just kind of like, he flies for 6 years. And then we're all standing there like, you mean in a row? Like, Give anything more.
No.
Give anything
No.
more. So
Sounds like they have some facts at the Natural History Museum and then just some made up goss.
no,
It
so
was
it's
like-
not goss because we Googled it and Google doesn't lie. And Google said 4 to 10 years, which is crazy. But so we asked, of course, how does she eat?
Yeah.
Fish.
And how do you mate?
she
Oh, they must
can't-
land to mate.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask that. But my second question was how do you
land to mate, though.
I hope we got that on. I hope we got
I could
that
hear
on
it.
microphone.
What I was
You don't got to land to mate.
stop. But
Not if you're the woodpecker.
my second question, gross. My second question was how do they sleep? Like, cause you
Oh.
don't. No animal doesn't sleep for 6
I forgot
years.
about sleep.
So okay, so
Eat-
they
eat?
they eat fish and they like dive bomb the water. They have
Okay, but is that landing?
No.
Okay, but is that landing?
it's not because
Are they resting?
listen, they don't have the oil on their feathers that allow them to float, so they don't float. They have to like pick fish up out of the water and keep going. They can't swim or float. So they don't land.
But there's a second where they're underwater and it's slow-bo jobo.
Yeah, but tell me this. If you do a cannonball, when you hit the water, are you resting at that moment?
It's peaceful under there sometimes. I do sometimes stay underwater a
Are
long
you
time
resting
because
in the
it's
moment where you're
because it's a peaceful.
landing on the water?
Do you ever feel that way when you go underwater and you're like, and it feels really
And
peaceful?
you're like, finally, it's all quiet.
No, literally.
Finally,
Do
I-
you feel that way?
Finally, it's all stopped.
Someone else, please. Is it
Maybe
just
if
me?
I stay down here forever, no one will
I
ever
literally
ask me to
sometimes
do
will lay
anything
under
ever
there
again.
and go, wow, this is incredible.
I needed
Is
this.
that what those cryo? No. What are the things where you go no light, no anything, and you're laying in
sensory
water?
deprivation.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I would do well in one of those. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I would go crazy in one
No,
of those.
there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can, no buttons you can press. Nothing
Okay,
you can
so
touch.
it dives.
It dives for its fish for the food. And then I said, girl, when do you go to sleep? And Google said they take naps that are how long?
15 seconds.
1 to 3 second long naps.
So they're just floating in the air and they go, and they're back?
And I was like, that's how I felt in math class in high school.
Oh, for real.
No lie, I would literally like blink a nap because I was like, I can't live like this.
I'm tired as an adult, but there's nothing.
I was so
there's
tired in
no
high school.
more tired that I've been than sitting in a class I didn't want to
was
be
so tired
in.
in high school. Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. Anyway, all that to say, this bird, the slooty flute, will fly for 6 years, sustained on 1 to 3 second naps.
Slooty flute, you're working too hard. So, hey, Slooty flute, you're working too hard.
You can sit down.
Take a break.
I wonder why.
Take a rest.
I've said a lot of science here on this podcast today, having no knowledge. Oh, you're writing a song for the slooty flute?
No, I thought about it, but then I got shy.
Write a song.
No, I can't. I've never written one.
Music boy. Write a song, music boy.
No. Slooty flute. Go ahead. Take a little nap. Longer than 3 seconds, Slooty flute. Won't you take a little nap? Longer than 3. You can take a rest, Slooty flute. Take a rest, Slooty flute, won't you? Take a little rest, Slooty flute, won't you? Take a little rest, Slooty flute. Slooty flute,
They say
won't you?
30 minutes is the optimal nap time. So why don't you nap a little longer? Like 300 times longer. Wait, that's the wrong math.
Wait, no, 3 seconds to 30.
That is assuming
Let's not try
that,
to do this
No,
while
that's
we're
assuming
recording.
that there's 100 seconds in a minute, which is not true.
It's okay. We're wishing for the decimal system. You got it, Slooty flute. Anyway, I have a thing I want to talk about. Are we Slooty flute done? Are we done with Slooty flute?
Wait, before transition, do you guys want to hit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Our Grant, our producer and brother.
Beer me the sniffer.
Grant, our producer and brother, is flat out addicted to this Thai sniffing thing. It's like, have you sniffed it yet?
Yeah, and I used to have one when I went to Thailand. I bought something like this, but Grant, it was little. It was like chapstick shaped, and you put
Stick up your nose.
up your nose, yeah.
These are
And
unbelievable.
it goes straight to your
Dome.
what's the behind the frontal lobe? It goes straight to the
rear
back lobe, dude.
The rear lobe, bro.
Straight to the back of the.
We've been doing too much bad science on this podcast.
Yeah.
This is a bad science podcast. Oh my gosh.
I keep bringing up scientific stuff like I've ever known anything.
Grant is addicted to this in a way that is unbelievable. He told me yesterday or 2 days ago, I was like, how's your addiction? You want this back? How's your addiction? He said, I woke up and it was the first thing I thought about. He rolled over, took a couple sniffs of that.
I kind of like that.
What is it? It's like eucalyptus and whatever. Tell us.
It's just menthol. Let me read it.
I wonder.
It's in Thai, bro. It's in a different language.
Translation on the side. Menthol camphor. Don't know what that is.
Ooh.
It's cocaine.
And it's definitely cocaine.
Maybe I don't want to know. It's mostly just menthol. Also, back to the woodpecker. They have the longest tongue because it wraps around their brain to protect them from concussions, from little tiny woodpecker concussions.
What? How do you know that? Did you just look that up?
No, because we do fun facts at work, and that was one of our fun facts like 2 months ago.
No way.
I want to do fun facts at work. That's so
cool.
cute.
Wait, their tongues wrap around their heads.
It's so long,
it like
wraps into their skull for real, like
a fruit by the foot.
Ew, why'd you give it a sound effect?
No, like a
projector screen,
like a tape measure. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, those are all the same things.
Yeah.
Like a fruit by the foot. No, like a tape measure.
They're all the same things. Projector screen,
You're
fruit by the
both
foot.
right.
Yeah,
You're
please.
both right.
I want to be right. I want my metaphor of the same thing to be right.
Gross. No, you know what? I shouldn't say that their body's gross. Everybody's beautiful.
Yeah, don't shame the woodpecker.
But if y'all found out that my tongue wrapped around my brain,
you'd be dead.
I'd be burned at the stake.
Because, yeah, either way, you're dead.
I'm dead. Yeah.
Either culturally we don't like it, or literally your brain doesn't work.
Right. Totally.
Does this mean woodpeckers are good at mewing?
What's mewing?
Oh. You know mewing?
What's mewing? Oh, well, they'd have to flex their brain, don't you think?
Those of you listening, those of you watching the podcast are going to enjoy this more than those of you listening.
Mewing is like when you lift up your tongue in your mouth to give yourself like more of a jawline and make your under chin lift. And it's really gross when Gabe does it. And I'm doing Gabe does it really gross.
I'm doing a really good job of it right now.
No, it grosses me out when you do it. I have a picture of you looking straight down the camera and you look like spooky scary. But anyway, you have to like kind of flex your tongue. So if for a woodpecker to mew in a photo, they'd have to be flexing their whole nog, their whole brain.
They look gorge.
You think it would snatch the whole head?
Yeah, snatched. Absolute shreddy snatched head.
Yeah. If your tongue was everywhere in your body,
Ugh.
you could snatch the whole thing by mewing your whole body.
Ugh.
Mewing your whole body.
Mewing your whole body. That might be the title of this episode.
That's so gross. Wait. Hold on. I'm having a real science thought. Is the tongue not a muscle? And is your body not filled with muscle? And would mewing your body just be flexing your abs?
Yeah, sure.
So really,
ultimately, we can all mew.
When you think about it, working out is just mewing your
chips over there while we're doing this thing.
I can't believe
this
you're
is
eating
the worst.
Pringles.
He's eating.
No, you can hear it.
You can hear every single bite of the chip.
Every molecule.
Every single bite of the chip. How long?
No, that's really going to make me mad.
We're losing.
That's really going to make me mad.
We're losing what little listenership we have.
One time I was on a flight and there was a little boy behind me chewing gum really loud, and it was just an innocent little boy chewing gum, probably so his ears wouldn't pop. And I remember being like, I'd kill that boy.
Yeah, you're going to throw him out the plane.
I'd kill that little boy.
You're going to put him in the toilet and flush him down.
100%. I have a chewing thing.
We've all flown on planes. Every single time I flush the toilet, there's enough of a pause for me to relax and go, did it flush? Did I push it? And then the scariest noise I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's never like instant. I'm like guarded. I push it and I go, oh, did I push it? And
I wonder if those kinds of like, I watch these TikToks where there's like your seat is like a queen size bed and like a sauna, basically.
Oh, on those like Emirates flights.
On these like crazy beautiful
Dude.
planes. And I wonder if those toilets still flush the same scary way or if their toilets are silent but deadly.
No, those people don't pee or poop. They don't have toilets up there.
They don't need toilets.
No.
Wow. Good for them. I had a dream recently that my flight to Europe got upgraded to first class.
Oh.
Just like
I've had one
at random in my dream. In my dream, it was like, "Hey, Allie, can you come up to the desk?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "You're gonna be first class today." And I was like, "You guys,
You're like, girls, quit it,
girls,
stop
don't
it,
be real,
be for fucking real."
In the dream, I was just sitting in first class on my way to Europe. That was a really good dream.
Gorge. Okay. Here's the thing I wanted to bring up today that I learned about recently.
Oh right.
I learned that if you're on a cruise, you may have heard this, and this might not be true. Someone fact check it later.
You may already know this, and it might
It might not be true.
Might not
a great
be
segue into a thing to talk about. I learned that if you're on a cruise and they announce a big ice cream social, it's a problem. Here's why.
Whose problem?
On cruises, they have to have places where dead bodies can go. Because old people die on cruises. It just happens.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this.
And the ice cream freezer, or just like the freezers in general,
right,
are backups for...
My freezer is called ice cream freezer.
Yeah. The freezers are backups for if the moratorium, where do the dead people go? Like they only have the crypt. Every cruise ship has a crypt. If like more than, I don't know, I'm not going to make up a number, but if more than the allotted slots of dead people spots on a cruise get filled, they have to start putting the bodies in freezers, which means they usually run an ice cream social to clear a bunch of space because they can't have bodies in with the food. Thank God.
Two things. One, when we freeze a body, we freeze it at the same temperature we freeze ice cream? I bet you can adjust the temperature. Second thing is this. If someone died on a cruise I was on,
you wouldn't know.
No one would be like,
there.
No one would be like, you guys, Timothy died today here on this cruise, and we all would care.
There's so many people on those boats, bro.
There's that many people on the boat?
I've never been on one, but it's thousands.
Thousands of people on the boat.
How many people are on a carnival? How many people are on one carnival cruise at once?
We need to get you a laptop so you can look things up as we're talking.
It's fine. He's doing his best. How many people are on a? How many people can go on a carnival cruise at once? Come on, Siri. The ships range hosting from 2,000 to 5,000 guests.
Whoa. Okay.
So if somebody dies, if 10 people die, you're not going to know.
I think I know 5,000 people. No, I don't know 5,000
No,
people.
You don't want to know 5,000 people on the same boat, bro, for a week. Ugh, shoot me. If somebody dies on a boat, you're not going to know.
I would like to know. Well,
but if they throw an ice cream social, you know, a couple of people have died on this week.
If you know you're a week from death.
I don't think they're feeling like, ooh, I'm about to die. Let me get on this carnival cruise. Bro, let me hit up Norwegian.
I think people just die sometimes.
Let me go on the slide where the floor drops out from under me and I shoot down.
We know when Grandpa's a week from death.
No, don't say that. And we're not to cut that out.
And why are we putting him on a cruise?
No, that's not true. We don't know that. And furthermore,
I'm with him where like there are some people that you're like, you probably shouldn't go on a cruise.
Sure, but that's not five. That's my guess is. Of the people who die on cruises, they're not people who are hanging on by a thread. Like, I saw a man pass away at a gym once because his heart overloaded. Is this a bad topic for the podcast?
Bummer,
no,
dude.
don't. I'm just saying that guy wasn't like, I'm probably going to die this week.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
You're
I wonder if people are
death.
working out at the... Yeah, but I was doing it in a fun ice cream social kind of way.
Yeah, totally. And
where you have the little wooden spoons.
And I was facing the reality of what you were saying.
The wooden spoons and the...
Sue me for being
I'm kind
human.
of split on those wooden spoons that, ice cream socials as a kid, it would be like the styrofoam cup with the wooden spoon like taped on it. You know what I mean?
I couldn't possibly spend any brain space having an opinion on those little wooden spoons.
That's what our whole podcast is about.
Oh my God, yeah. Like you were like,
the whole
let me
podcast
pitch you a
is
scenario.
about,
and I was supposed to say yes and
yeah,
I was
the
like,
whole podcast
no, I'm
is
too
us
busy.
talking and having opinions.
Imagine we're doing an improv scene together and you're like, welcome home, Cheryl. And I'm like, what? I have work tomorrow. I can't talk about this.
I think Ice Cream Social Death is a good song to try to make right now.
Oh my God. That is too hard. That's too hard.
Why are you doing this thing where you brought a keyboard and then you complain when you have to play it? Don't make me sing. Don't make me sing.
Is it going to be, it's probably like,
oh my God, that's kind of jolly.
yeah, you're right.
That's better. It's like the second verse to Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Day 5 on the boat. The captain makes an announcement. This is going to take a long time to get into. I'm really setting up the song.
I'll be the captain.
Day 5 on the boat. The captain makes an announcement.
Good news, everyone on the cruise. We're gonna have every ice. We're clearing the freezer.
He says we're gonna have an ice cream social, and that sounds nice. He says we're gonna have an ice cream social, a cream that's made of ice for everyone.
Shh. Hey, attention, everyone on the boat. Look over here. Don't pay attention to what's happening in the big freezer. We're having ice cream on the top deck.
But I'm wondering where my friend from yesterday could have gone. I'm wondering where the old guy that I had lunch with yesterday could have gone. 'Cause I haven't seen him since we had the social. Haven't seen him since the ice cream social. That's a song called Ice Cream Social.
Haven't seen
You were
him
right.
since
That was
the
fun.
Ice Cream Social.
You were right. That was fun.
Do you think I did
I
a
was
good boat
nervous.
captain voice?
I like your boat captain.
I was trying to go like,
But that's his job
Announcement.
later.
oh, but yeah, because I can't make the noise obviously because I just tried again.
Yeah,
and
you
it
did your
didn't.
best.
I actually can do that right now. Give me 1 sec.
Okay,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll just make another announcement.
Yeah. We'll make another.
Actually, I need like 1 minute, so come back to me.
Okay, we'll do it later.
When you're ready
We'll
for me
later.
to do a boat captain announcement, let me know and I'll make one.
How long have we been? Are people enjoying this? I hope you're enjoying the podcast.
You can't talk to the audience like that.
I can. Hey, you there watching it. First of all, hi, Mom. I'm sure you're watching this and
It's
being very
just mom.
nice.
It's literally just mom. Can I
This
say?
is a podcast for our mom, probably.
Well, there's no way anyone else would ever watch it, including me.
I'm not watching this.
Yeah, no way
I'm
in hell.
not watching this. How long have we been recording, Grant?
43 minutes.
Fantastic. We've got
That's
so much time.
honestly too long. We should.
We've got plenty of time.
Plenty of time for
Wow.
what?
Anything we want. I've got another story if you want to hear another thing that I learned
think
about.
43 minutes is the length of a podcast. Like, I think we're done.
But I'm having so much fun.
Well, we can hang out after.
Okay. All right. Should we wrap it up?
Is it just having an audience that feels fun to you?
Having an audience?
Yeah, is that what's making this hangout fun? Is that there's a potential of someone listening?
No, podcasts don't have that same. Podcasts, to me, I feel like have the fun part of it just feels like us in a room in the void.
Do you think why you're having fun doing this podcast is because normally when we're talking, I'm not really paying attention.
And you don't go along with my bits?
Well, that, and normally when we're talking, I'm not really concerned about how much I'm talking versus how much you're talking, i.e. I talk more than you.
Yeah.
And now
You have to let me chime in.
I have to let you talk, even though it's actually feeling really unnatural for me.
Oh, what an honest.
Do you know what I mean?
Review of today's
like
podcast.
when you're talking at a length of time, I'm like this. Time to go to sleep, but then I'm like, oh, we're doing something.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
no interest in letting me have any opinions on the podcast.
It's not about
Something
opinions.
doesn't sound interesting. You say, I do not want to have any opinions about this wooden spoon. we're done.
Well, I didn't.
Let me talk. Also, again, if we could show a pie chart of who's talking more, if we could pop that up based on amount, you spent 45 minutes setting up the bird story,
which
that
was
went
just
through
the fact about the
you
bird.
went through the Mesozoic era. You went all the way back through dinosaurs. You literally went through dinosaurs to get to the story you wanted to tell.
I started with me at the bar last night.
Way far back.
So anyway, I was shaking my booty at El Cid in Silver Lake just to tell you that I found out a bird flies for 6 years.
Which is actually crazy.
No, I know.
That is actually crazy.
I know. Well,
And it just, well, I guess birds already do this. It's just pooping and peeing wherever it wants, huh?
yeah, have you ever seen any American car?
Yeah, you're right.
Although no one ever talks about bird pee.
Did you know about, this is a very bird heavy episode. Have you seen this thing that the crows in Paris, they've taught them this thing? You know about this? They taught he doesn't care. The crows in Paris, they somewhere in the city, I don't know how they figured this out, but there's little setups all over the city where if a bird brings a cigarette butt and puts it in the machine, it spits out a little snack. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, crows
so
are really
the crows
smart.
everywhere are just like cleaning up cigarette butts off the city.
It's really cute.
It's adorable.
But why
don't we
are we
do more
making
of
them
that?
be a part of a capitalist society?
we had opposite opinions. I said, why aren't we doing more of that? And you said, why are we making them do that?
Well, like, remember, okay, there's a...
Yeah, but, okay, like, I'm with you. Animal, like Central Park horses, we don't need to be doing horses in Central Park. That one feels bad to me. But the crows, like, what the fuck else are they going to do? Now they have little jobs. They have a little purpose.
No. This is sickening to hear you say, because are you meaning to say that the crows, since the dawn of time, have been bored until we gave them labor?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's kind of the stance you're taking.
No, but I'm saying we've gone so far. No. The world is so different.
The crows, they were so fucking bored.
These are crows in Paris, dude. These are crows in
Even
Paris.
better.
What else are they going to do? They're
Look
not
at
in
the
the forest.
fashion.
They don't give a shit about the fashion.
They're not in the forest, and so they're bored?
I'm saying their ecosystem has changed so much that they're not operating like birds in the before used to operate. So now they have little jobs. They're city birds.
Bro, this is like, you're so brainwashed. This is like, the crows had a home. We took their homes from them. So then your natural assumption
But I'm saying that's not going back. We're not going back. We're not going to get rid of Paris.
That's fine. But your natural assumption, because we took the crows' little trees away and we built Paris, is that now they're bored and they want a job. Do you hear yourself?
No, I hear what you're saying.
They might enjoy this job, fine, whatever. My point is, like, from a larger scale, it's like, does every living being have to be productive to have value and to have the right to be alive?
And I'm normally on your side of this argument, but the problem
right now
is
you're feeling excited about the crows.
they have a little snack job.
No, it's nice. It's and you know what? It's
'Cause where
better
else are
than
they gonna
things we've done
find-
in the past, which would be like making the crows pick up cigarettes and then being like, screw you, crows, and not even giving them a snack.
Yeah, because now that they've unionized, their labor is worth something.
They're getting bigger snacks.
They're getting bigger snacks. And I bet the snacks they're getting are nice little Frenchy snacks.
Little baguettes.
they turn in little cigarette butts and they get little baguettes.
It's so French.
It's so cute. They get a little cheese with a little baguette.
Oh my gosh. They turn in little baguettes and they get a little pain de chocolat.
Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh.
That's so cute.
Yeah, they're doing good. And it's France, so there's
I'm
so
on
many
your
cigarette
side
butts.
now.
There's so many cigarette butts. What would we do in the US? It would be like we'd have to train eagles to steal guns and they'd get cheeseburgers.
To steal guns. Yeah. No, it would be like the eagles would pick up we have crows here.
Yeah, but
we have birds besides bald
crows
eagles.
dress in all black and are like "Gah!" It just feels a little more French.
No, they're super French, and they're even the American crows are super French.
Yeah.
Bald eagle. Okay, so in America, it would be like bald eagle picks up the package of processed snack.
Yeah, it's picking up like Slim Jim wrappers.
Right, and then it's receiving like the Slim Jim.
It's just
getting a snack that will kill them.
Yeah.
It's just
Infinite
everyone
Slim Jim lube.
getting killed by the food here, and that's ultimately what's happening.
Yeah, ultimately, we're all getting killed by the food here.
I wonder if in our next podcast episode we'll think of a topic that has nothing to do with birds, or if we'll just keep talking about birds.
It might be a birds podcast.
Whoa.
Welcome to Mom Said. This podcast is for the birds. Did we pick that up?
Yeah.
Biggie,
my dog.
The dog just absolutely
he has like
loved my joke.
He has like
just
a
laughed
snort
so
laugh.
hard.
I think it's just like a weird little snort that he does, but it sounds
so
like he's
hard
laughing.
at my mediocre joke. It was
Welcome
so
to
mediocre.
Mom Said, a podcast for bird enthusiasts and scientists who know the real
science.
The real science. And it's also a podcast about music, and it's a podcast about siblings.
Yeah.
And it's a podcast about snacks.
I do think I'll talk about other things on another episode.
Yeah.
I've got some other things to talk about.
This episode is over. I'm going to be honest.
I feel fantastic. I'm really grateful if you listen to this or watch this. And if you didn't listen to this or watch this.
Wait, we should do this. If you listened all the way to here and you can hear my voice now.
Oh, yeah.
Text me and I'll give you $5.
Okay, but some people might not have your phone number. If you listened all the way to this.
No. Someone without my phone number is not listening to this podcast 1,000%.
Hey, you never know. If you listen to this or watch this all the way through and you got to this point, comment. What should they comment?
Comment. No. They need a reward.
Okay.
DM us.
DM us the phrase, what were you calling the bird?
Tutti flute.
DM us the phrase tutti flute. And that, by the way, is spelled T3Os, T-I, flute like the instrument.
And we will send you my drawing of what a tutti flute looks like.
Yeah. That's what we'll do.
That's
if you
a good
made it all the way
reward.
through,
You get to see a tutti flute.
Send us a message. DM me on at mom said podcast.
No, don't say something like that because we don't have a handle yet. So DM us on whatever this is posted on.
DM us. Okay, this is gonna get cleaned up. But DM us tutti flute, T3Os, T-I, flute like the instrument, and Allie will send you her drawing of what she thinks a tutti flute looks like. And you can send us a DM to at.
And just so you know,
we'll figure this out later.
Tutti flute is a very sexy bird. I say that because sex sells.
Ooh wee, tutti flute bird.
Wait, why did you say ooh wee like it was French? That's the crows.
Click xxx.tuttiflute. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, ew. Don't.
That's what, send us that. Send us
no, don't send me that.
.tuttiflute. Oh
Goodbye.
yeah.
Thank
okay.
you. Don't
Thanks for
send
being
me
here
that.
on the Mom Said
Goodbye.
podcast.
Please don't send me that.
Oh, I don't want that noise. I want this noise. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here on the podcast. Does anyone like that I play the piano on the podcast? Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That kind of worked out at the end, which sucks.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.